Hi, and welcome to another edition of Central School Book Talks. I have some great books to share with you this morning, and I have another special guest who's going to share one of his favorite books. I'm going to start off today with a few picture books. The very first book I want to talk to you is called Rick Riordan, written by Anita Yasuda. Now, this book is part of the Remarkable Writers series. It is a biography that tells about Rick Riordan's life and his writings. If you are not familiar with him, he is the author of the Percy Jackson series, the Lost Hero series. He's even written a few of the books in the 39 Clues series. So, Rick Riordan is a fabulous fantasy mythic writer. If you like his books at all, you definitely need to go ahead and check out this book and learn more about his writing. The second book I have this morning is actually a poetry book written by Marilyn Singer. It's called Mirror, Mirror. Marilyn Singer is amazing, and she does something that I really can't even begin to imagine doing myself. She has written a book of poems that are all centered around fairy tales. What I love about this book is each poem is actually written in two different perspectives in two different parts. So when we look at each page, okay, she has the poem written, "Who says it's true? Down is the only view. If you believe that, this poem will challenge you. Up is something new." And when you turn to the poem side by side, she has flipped it where the last line has now become the first line over here. Something new is up. You will challenge this poem if you believe that the only view is down. It's true, says who. So she's written the poems so that they can be read in reverse for a new view. The poems, like I said, go ahead and focus in on some amazing fairy tales that you will know, such as Cinderella, the Three Bears, The Ugly Duckling. It's really a great book. The next book I have for you this morning is Rudyard Kipling's How the Elephant Got His Trunk, okay, by Hannah and Rodriguez. These books are actually graphic novels. We have several of them here in the Central School Library. But the amazing and wonderful thing is, each of these books are graphic novels to explain how something happened. Now, in this story, it starts off by letting us know that a long, long time ago, all elephants actually had these little short nubby noses. So as you read, you're going to find out how the elephant's nose grew into a big, long trunk. One more book I want to tell you about before I bring in our special guest is the book Shiloh. Now, this one is a chapter book again, and it is by Phyllis Reynolds Naylor. This book is wonderful if you are an animal lover. Now, in this book, our main character finds a dog. This dog is a hunting dog. It's a beautiful beagle, but he's very skinny. He's very skittish and afraid of people, and you can tell that this dog has actually been mistreated. Over the course of the book, you will find out that Shiloh belongs to Judd Travers. Now, Judd is a hunter. He's not an animal lover, and he doesn't treat his dogs very well. He takes care of them enough so that they can keep hunting for him, but he's not opposed to kicking them if they do something wrong, or maybe starving them a little bit so they'll chase and run after rabbits harder in order to catch them and eat them. But our main character here just loves animals, and he decides that he's going to save and protect Shiloh. When Shiloh ends up at his house again for the second time, he creates a little pen to keep Shiloh safe and to protect him. Unfortunately, something horrible happens to Shiloh, and his secret is out. What's going to happen when Judd finds out that Shiloh's been injured, and what's he going to do to the family who was keeping him there? Now I want to turn it over for a special guest.
I'm here to tell you about the Iron Trial, the reading level. It's by Holly Black. The reading level is 5.6, and the genre type is fantasy. And the characters are Carl, Aaron, Tamara, Master Rufus, Master North, and more. They just went through the Iron Trial and to the magisterium, and they learn that they have magic. Read to find out who they know that has magic. You should read it because it's exciting, because it has twists and turns.
Hi, the next book I want to share with you is The Kid Who Ran for President by Dan Gutman. Now, this story is a very humorous, funny book. In this book, Judson introduces himself to everyone with this statement. Hi, my name is Judson Moon. I'm 12 years old and I'm running for the presidents of the United States. That's how he introduces himself to a zillion people. He's kissed a zillion babies, said a zillion hellos, shaken a zillion hands. The question is, will he get a zillion votes to be voted president of the United States? The answer might surprise you. Could you imagine a kid as president? Imagine what he could accomplish. In a country where parents listen, teachers give no homework, every lawmaker has to obey a single kid. Judson, how could he pull off an election like this? Who knows if he can do it? The next book I want to read to you, or tell you about, is called Emily's Fortune by Phyllis Reynolds Naylor. Now, in this book, you're going to meet Emily Wiggins. She's poor and timid without a drop of self-confidence. When her mother and the woman her mother works for die in a carriage accident, Emily is left all alone, except for her turtle Rufus. What in blinkin' bloomers should Emily do? Well, Emily's neighbors, Mrs. Reddy, Mrs. Aim, and Mrs. Fire, have the answer. They set Emily up to travel by stagecoach to visit Aunt Hilda. What a hootin' grand idea! But Miss Catchum of the Catchum Child Catching Services will get a big bonus for making Emily live with her next of kin, the vicious Uncle Victor. How in the ding-dong dickens will Emily escape from Miss Catchum? It'll take all the gumption and cunning of a fellow orphan and traveler Jackson to help Emily, especially since Uncle Victor has found out that Emily is set to inherit a fortune. She's going to be a millionaire. And if Uncle Victor can get his hands on Emily, he just might get all of Emily's money. The next book is called Secret Identity by Shredderman. Shredderman by Wendelin Van Dronen. This is part of the Shredderman series. There are 4 books in this series. It all focuses around Nolan Bird, otherwise known as Bird the Nerd. Alvin Bixby is a huge, foul-breathed, stinky, angry bully that the kids call Bubba. And they better call him Bubba, because if they call him Alvin, he will make them live to regret it. Now, in this story, Mr. Green, Nolan's cool guitar-playing teacher, gives him an assignment to become a reporter. And, well, Nolan decides to write his report on Bubba, whom the teachers and principal can't even stop. They know Alvin, Bubba, is bad news, but they've never been able to prove it. Well, Nolan set out to prove what Alvin is really like. But then he figures out if he signs his name to his report, it would be suicidal. Bubba will come after him. But if he puts it all on the internet at shredderman.com and shows the world what Bubba Bixby is really like, no one would ever know that it was Nolan doing it. He just has to find a way to spy on Bubba and catch him doing the things he does. The next book I have is called Dirt Bike Runaway by Matt Christopher. Now, in this book, you're going to meet a boy named Peter. He is a genius with dirt bikes. He can take them apart, fix them up, and race them like a champ. But he runs away from his foster home, and he finds himself way over trouble with a group of boys who are happy to let them race with them as long as he'll join their gang of thieves and steal for them. If he sticks with them, He'll have a place to stay, and he'll get to race as many dirt bikes as he loves. But the problem is, he's made a promise that he would never ever steal again. And if he stays with these boys, he's going to become a thief. Matt Christopher books are great books if you enjoy books about sports. If you like any of the Jake Maddox books or the Mike Lapicia books, check out Matt Christopher. He has books on baseball, basketball, hockey, soccer, football, track, you name it, and he will have a sports book about it. And the last book I want to talk to you about today is called On My Honor by Marion Dane Bauer. Now, the beginning of this book starts out with Joel. And Joel says, "On my honor, we won't go anywhere but the park, Mom and Dad." Well, that's what he told Dad. But Tony, his best friend, changed his mind. You see, Tony wanted to go swimming in the river. Joel didn't know that Tony couldn't swim. It was Tony's idea to go. Now, how is Joel going to go back home and tell his parents and Tony's parents what happened when they were swimming? He can't find Tony. Tony's a daredevil. Tony does all kinds of things without thinking. He's always okay. But what's going to happen when they try going swimming in the river they're not supposed to swim in? I hope you enjoyed hearing about these books and visit the library to check them out.